Good evening to everyone. Welcome to the third episode of Cuckoo for Content. We have a new show called We Need to Talk. Today, we have on board the creative brains behind Take to India, Prasham and Shweta, to discuss about YouTube content. Take to India has been pretty creative on creating videos related to sports, goof videos, and videos related to movie reviews and other things as well. So let's start today's episode by talking about, guys, from how where did it start from? Where was the eureka moment and how did all it pan out?
तो एक्चुअली ये डबल pronged thought था. I independently was thinking about opening something that deals with reviewing content, movies, TV series, anything that's new, because I genuinely enjoyed watching it. Meanwhile, Prasham used to really be involved in politics a lot and used to put these write-ups as his Instagram stories. And one day I told him to write a blog about it. I was like, this really has a potential. Why don't you put it up on a blog? And one day we started talking, and we landed on take two. We decided that we wanted to do something different.
First of all, being on this side of the table feels pretty good. For videos together, I have been on that side of the table asking questions. And to answer this question, I have been wanting to do something on YouTube for a long time now. Or this was a very good opportunity because this was when I was really thinking कि मैं कुछ शुरू कर सकता हूँ, क्योंकि घर पे बैठे बैठे बोर हो रहा था, लॉकडाउन लग चुका था, and there was a lot of political drama going on, तो इसीलिए मैं ये सब डालता था around the lockdown. So उसके बाद I gave my idea to them, and on the same day they were also thinking. So we have another third person also in the team.
Yeah.
Both of them were also thinking about doing something, and on the same day we pitched each other that idea, and within 3 days we opened a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was just I think it was just a 20-minute conversation between me, the third person Dhruv and Prasham, and we just thought, okay, let's do something. And then
I mean, I like the part where you all mentioned that on the same day you were discussing to bring it up, and then you all called each other like, "हमारे पास भी वही idea है," which probably says that how much interest you guys have and how it was destined to be happening. Like it wasn't something like out of the blue you decided. And just like you said, like for Prasham, it might be the opposite of how a comedian's career is. So like how they first start doing comedy and then they have political opinions. Prasham ko ulta tha. Like first I have political opinion, then wahan se I'm gonna bring it up. So moving on to that, what was your first memory of watching a YouTube video? And who are your favorite YouTubers?
okay, so for me, my first actually is a very funny story. So I have my cousins who live in US. So at that point, sending a video through mail would be a really costly affair, but putting it on YouTube was cheaper because that way all the cousins could see my cousins' babies. So that is exactly what happened. That's how I first got to YouTube, and I used to watch his videos a lot because he would upload like once a week that, okay, this is the development with my baby, and that's how I got into YouTube. And then currently my favorite YouTuber is a dog. His name is Cooper, and the channel is called Super Cooper Sunday, and I absolutely adore it. And the second is Charlotte Dobre. She is a reaction video creator. She used to be in those listicle wala videos, and then she moved on to that. I watch a lot of weird shit on weird stuff on YouTube.
I know. Yeah. So my first memory, I don't have any memory. मेरे पास कोई याददाश्त नहीं है कि मैंने पहला वीडियो क्या देखा था, लेकिन अगर याद करता हूँ मैं, तो द कैटेगरी वुड बी समथिंग रिलेटेड टू एजुकेशन, क्योंकि वो टाइम पे जस्ट स्कूल में वो शुरू हुआ था, वेयर दे हैड अ bought in a TV, और वहाँ पे he used to take us there and showed us different videos related to our science thing that was happening. तो वही YouTube videos वो YouTube पे दिखाते थे, तो that was, I think that was the first one. और वहाँ से फिर it developed, and I don't remember watching YouTube on my phone till I think 2015 or 16. So that was like after my 10th standard got over, everything was done. उसके बाद जब हाथ में अच्छा फोन आया तभी मैंने YouTube देखना शुरू किया, जब घर पे वाईफाई भी था अच्छा, तो वो था. And currently my favorite YouTubers is MKBHD, the tech YouTuber, वो एक है, and the second one is Random Chickibum, which is Rahul Subramanian and KV's channel. Every stand-up video, every video that has Rahul Subramanian in it, I have almost watched all on YouTube. I am a big fan of his delivery style. I love it a lot, and that is pretty much it. I think Autocar can also be one channel that I like a lot. So these three channels.
So, like we were talking about the general content and just the process of making a page, how do you go about the content bifurcation?
Okay, so when we had that 20-minute long call, तो हमने ये पहले से ही सोच के रखा था कि हम कुछ भी restriction नहीं डालेंगे. We'll have no restrictions on the content. We'll try and cover every aspect that there is, every genre that there is, and we had also started a website with it. So our basic idea was कि YouTube पे we want to create YouTube videos, so we'll be the face of our YouTube channel. But at the same time, we are in a field which is journalism, advertising, media related. So people are finding opportunities to write something. तो वो खुद के blog पे शायद वो reach ना आए. If we have a consolidated aggregator platform, तो वहाँ पे we can have all our classmates and our juniors. They can all write on that platform. It was still very late that we tried everything. And it is only after we got some response and feedback from our audience, then we started ये हमारा अच्छा है, ये अच्छा है,
restricting ourselves. Yeah. So like we said in the start that we wanted to basically give a platform. You guys are also media students. Kal ko if you make a video, unless you want to start your own something, you don't really have a platform to display it. You can put it on your Instagram, but you won't get reach. You can put it on your YouTube, but you won't get the traction you want. So we wanted to be that. That was the ideology behind that. At least for the 120, 200 people that we knew, we wanted to be that for those people. So initially, because it was lockdown, everyone was free, everyone wanted an outlet. Take-Two did really well in the start because everybody kind of came together, and then life happened. Everybody started dealing with COVID and living their lives, and then it was again just the four of us, eventually three of us.
Well, that was pretty interesting because the one thing which we have found out while we were researching about it, and we can also see it, is content bifurcation these days is getting slimmer and slimmer. Now you don't really see niche YouTubers anymore. You just see, you creators going everywhere.
Trending.
So yeah, they just do everything that's trending. Like for example, Tanmay Bhatt. Now Tanmay Bhatt, he does stand up, he'll have his review, but he'll also have his talk on cryptocurrencies. Then he'll also go in gaming as well. So like in general, we just wanted to know that is that the true success ladder for any YouTube creator? Because it's very easy to jump upon these things just to get famous.
It's I think it's like athletes. Some of them are just short distance runners, and some of them are marathon runners. So it's kind of like that. जो भी अपने अपनी फील्ड में बहुत आगे अभी पहुंच गए हैं, कोई भी फील्ड हो वो, YouTube पे स्पेशली, they've been there for a while. They've put in that amount of work, they've put in that amount of effort कि people know them as their work. But again, Tanmay Bhatt के लिए मैं बोलूंगी because he restarted, ऐसा I feel, I mean, who am I to say anything? But because he's restarting, he's trying to get the audience that he lost back. So he's trying to dabble in everything. But ultimately, I guess he's a businessman on YouTube. I would definitely say that. He's a businessman on YouTube. You become something and your audience make you that. So after that point, I don't know if you have a choice.
Tanmay Bhatt is one such case where when he came back on YouTube as a solo creator, उसने देखा कि क्या क्या ट्रेंड हो रहा है. He saw gaming is trending, तो मैं gaming करूंगा, vlogs trending, तो मैं vlogs करूंगा, reaction video trending, तो reaction video करूंगा. That's why you see him dabbling into so much. ठीक है, all big YouTubers that you see, most of them, there will obviously be exceptions, but most of them started with one genre and stayed true to it and are still there. It is only after they have stagnated in that segment that they have dabbled into something else. We have started exactly the opposite. हमने शुरू से सब कुछ किया, फिर we funneled into something that we liked and we do, and hence we also had another channel coming up to create that bifurcation.
Yeah.
That's great. So my next question would be that so as we all know that YouTube has introduced this new feature which is somewhat on lines of Instagram, like they use the reach feature. What do you think that how YouTube Shorts will affect in terms of just the platform that YouTube normally has been known for?
So I hate Shorts. I hate YouTube Shorts. I hated Reels once. Now I don't, but I hate shorts and I will keep hating shorts क्योंकि shorts ने trending page की वाट लगा दी है.
सही
Trending
बात.
page was supposed to be good videos, sometimes very bad videos, but videos that came up, proper full length videos that came up and told you कि ये 50 video अभी बहुत ज्यादा देखे जा रहे हैं. Shorts is a hashtag game and it is based on YouTube's algorithm. It is not based on the content which is there inside. और वो ही होता है explore page पे और मतलब trending page पे. When shorts was introduced in India, when it was not ruining the trending page, we had tried it and it bombed. No one saw it. And I also did not like it क्योंकि मुझे बहुत कुछ तो cut करना पड़ता था. So it is a very bad experience.
And the thing with shorts is, I think YouTube was just playing with familiarity here. Like, so you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling on Instagram, and you're like, oh, I'm bored of listening to Shrivalli, so I just want to move on to something different. So you move on to YouTube, but you're so fit to that ratio that for me, I've noticed this. I go immediately to the shorts first, and then I'm like, "Arey, main kya kar rahi hu?" And then I go back to the homepage and search for something that I want to watch.
Because I've never seen shorts. Like एक दो बार मैंने देखा रहेगा, उसमें भी ऐसा हो गया शिव 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 क्या देख रहा हूँ मैं.
Yeah,
YouTube पे
exactly.
जाना है. Because that's what YouTube is actually known for. Like YouTube isn't really something like अच्छा मैं तुमको 1 मिनट में मस्त कंटेंट दे रहा हूँ. YouTube is more like भाई तू आधे घंटे के लिए भी है लेकिन हम तेरे को मस्त
Yeah,
कंटेंट देंगे. Which
exactly.
again brings to this question that did you at one point while making videos or while having brainstorm, did you think should we actually develop our entire strategy on shorts?
So it was always no. Okay, so the name Take Two, I'll take you back a little bit. The name Take Two stands for like a second take, right? So if you think this is what the world is like, we think it is like this. So it's that second take. So whenever you put out opinions, you also have to give explanations for your opinions. So opinions wouldn't really fit in 60 seconds, and if they did, you wouldn't get them. So it was never for us.
So I'll tell you the basic problem here. Shorts is for someone, first of all, who needs to be a solo creator. और अगर तुम you are a group, you are a team of creators, so your team needs to be at the same place. Throughout our YouTube journey, we have been in these screens because we come from different parts of the country. तो एक साथ अगर बैठ के बातें करने लगेंगे तो 1 मिनट तो एक ही जन बोल देगा. So shorts doesn't come into our entire strategy, and we did not want to pressurize each one of us by saying कि Monday को तू shorts बना, Tuesday को तू बना, Wednesday को तू बना और Thursday को मैं बनाऊंगा. ऐसे.
Other question then would come across as is, what do you consider success on YouTube?
See, I guess it depends why you're on YouTube. For us, YouTube was an outlet and we learned a lot. I started editing videos, which I never did. I started learning Photoshop, which I never did in a media course for 3 years. जो मुझे 2 महीने में YouTube ने सिखा दिया. तो मेरे लिए YouTube was successful. But someone who comes from outside and looks at our channel, for them it will be like, what did they do? So it is so dynamic. How do you define success on YouTube? I don't know. Today you define it in views. Tomorrow it will be something else.
Yeah. So if your success is number driven, उसके लिए बहुत slog करना पड़ता है. Then you don't enjoy the entire journey that you are in. Okay. So we had these targets in mind. At the end of first month we were at 100 subscribers. Then we had कि अगर ये rate से grow होते हैं तो by end of 6 months we'll be at 600 subscribers. But that is not going to be true because पहले first month is your family and friends who is subscribing. उसके बाद you need to struggle and get the other people from across the world subscribing to your channel. And to be very frank, we are still not at 600 subscribers. Okay, so people, like Shweta said, अगर बाहर से कोई आके देखेगा तो शायद वो बोलेगा कि ये क्या कर रहे हैं. और इसीलिए हमने वो पहला वीडियो रखा है. We will never take it down. The first video on our channel is the first video that we shot, edited and put. It is a 30-minute long movie review. अगर तुम उसको अभी जाके देखोगे तुम्हें लगेगा ये क्या बड़बड़ कर रहे हैं. मैं खुद जाके देखूंगा तो मुझे हर बार लगता है कि डिलीट कर दो भाई, ये नहीं, ये दुनिया को दिखाने लायक है ही नहीं.
And actually it's not like that 30 minute is uncut. It is cut from a 2-hour 10-minute video. So we made a review about a movie as long as the movie. So we have grown. Definitely have grown from that. And we always think that we will never close Take Two. We'll just come back to take two when we gain a little more experience in terms of what we can offer and what people want to watch. So we took a learning break.
For you guys, has there been a point, like you have mentioned like time and time again, there was no pressure, which was one of the most beautiful things to hear after a while, because a lot of people create content just so that they have this pressure, मुझे हर हफ्ते बनाना है. So was there any point for you guys there where you checking upon, Shweta was checking upon Prasham saying that अच्छा वो F1 का content आया या नहीं?
It was quite the opposite. Prasham would be the one who would be on us. He would be so Prasham would be the one who would ask us for videos, but he would never hound us. He'll be like, यार कल जाना था, चल कल नहीं गया, 2 दिन बाद. And then he would directly come to कब डाल सकती है. Like that's the question, because we all know that we had so much going on in our lives at that point. But yeah, you definitely need someone to keep track, because as easy it is to upload a video on YouTube, उतना ही difficult है to maintain your consistency. So you need someone to, teacher नहीं होगा तो assignment क्यों ही देंगे ना रात में 12 बजे.
हाँ, so ये होता था. और the thing is with YouTube, तुमने किसी को कमिट नहीं किया ना. When it is your personal channel, तुमने किसी को कमिट नहीं किया है कि देखो मंडे को ये वीडियो आएगा, वेडनेसडे को ये आएगा और फ्राइडे को ये आएगा. तो हम पूरा मंथ, कभी कभी हम इतना एकदम प्लानिंग कर देते थे कि हम पूरे महीने के वीडियोस ऐसे प्लान करते थे कि ये ऐसे ऐसे शूट होगा और ऐसे ऐसे जाएगा. पहले 3-4 वीडियो लाइन में जाएंगे, फिर अगर नहीं गया तो सब एक एक दिन पोस्टपोन हो जाएगा. सो व्हेन यू हैव दैट फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी एंड you did not have that pressure, you were making it for your fun to learn, you were still learning. See, time management होता है, कुछ चीज होती है time management, लेकिन वो it is not because कि हम घर पे बैठे और फिर भी हमने नहीं किया, कुछ और था काम इसलिए नहीं हुआ तो नहीं हुआ.
So like how you guys were discussing about, you know, the delays happen, sometimes it's organic, it's not that much pressure, मतलब ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अपने साथ तो क्या ही होगा. But what's the stand, how does the stand changes when it comes to sports event? And as I know Prasham is into F1 a lot and into cricket, so how do you manage that? How do you make sure ke ab to karna hi hai? Because like I personally can vouch for Prasham, like I remember the final race, the the Abu Dhabi, and then Prasham was like मैं जा रहा हूँ room पे, मेरे को cover करना है. But what exactly is that a lot from the interest side कि करना है because I have a lot to discuss, or was it more from the pressuring side कि I don't want anything to miss out?
A little bit of both. If you look at whatever we have produced so far on our sports channel, बहुत कम ऐसा है जो कि announcement हुई और हमने उस पे बात करी. ठीक है. So for example, the last 2 streams have been very very time based. 2 out of the last 3 streams, sorry. One is the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, जहाँ पे I wanted to speak about. I had pre-planned it with people. I want you to be in the stream. We did it the moment the race ended. Our stream was live. We got the highest number of viewers that day, the highest watch time that day, and that told us कि हम लोग अगर हर रेस के बाद ये करेंगे तो हमको बहुत help हो सकती है. The second time-based thing was Virat Kohli stepping down from Test captaincy. That is the thing that I told you earlier also. Half an hour के अंदर मैंने लाइव स्ट्रीम अरेंज की है. कुछ किसी को पता नहीं है कि ऐसा कुछ होने वाला है. F1 का तो फिर भी पहले से था ना कि संडे को रेस है, ये टाइम पे खत्म होगी, ये टाइम पे लाइव शुरू हो जाएगा. यहाँ पे तो उसने 7 बजे अनाउंस किया, 7:30 बजे आई वाज इन फ्रंट ऑफ द कैमरा. सो देन यू नीड टू प्रेप अप कि लोग ये आने वाले हैं तो मैं उनको क्या क्या पूछूंगा और क्या क्या बात होगी. Apart from that, there are a lot of missed chances that we have left behind. So there are a lot of streams coming up as well. अब जैसे IPL का ऑक्शन आने वाला है, तो I want to cover that auction, but I have not. Everyone who comes on my stream has been asking me कि ये ऑक्शन का स्ट्रीम तू कब करेगा? We want to join it. So people who watch our videos and who know what we do actually like our content, and they are like कि हमें आना है स्ट्रीम पे बात करने. We have so much to talk about. But I am not committing to them because मुझे खुद का schedule नहीं पता. And if schedule is such, then we cannot commit, and we will not do that stream. Then we'll have to chuck that plan. So that happens. We scrap a lot of videos.
Okay, on that note, we'll end this episode. It was great having this conversation with you. बहुत कुछ जानने को मिला about the YouTube channel, about the process of creating. So if you like the candid conversation, you can like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.
And don't forget to subscribe Take Two as well.